so it begins.
And so it begins, an epic journey through 3 difficulty modes: normal, nightmare and hell, taking on bosses like Mephisto, Diablo and Dario and Bale, leveling up and hearing this iconic sound many times in your journey, being able to level up and equip new skills and vitality sets. It's an amazing experience for sure. Now there's never going to be an experience as meaningful as the journey through Diablo 2. In my opinion, Diablo 2 is and will always be the perfect Diablo game. Let me explain. So when you think of Diablo, what do you think? You think starting from nothing, killing demons, demons drop items, items become better as you level up, then you take on bigger enemies drop more loot, and you keep rinsing and repeating that cycle. Now, to some people that might be stale, might be plain, because it's just a looter, it's a dungeon crawler, but you have to think about how iconic it was back in the day, considering the area of competition that Blizzard were dealing with at the time. In Diablo 1's sense, it was fighting with RPGs that were all combat, turn-based combat. Adding real-time combat to Diablo was a big step up, and I think that's another part of what makes the game just perfect, because if you look at something like Fallout 1 and 2, RPGs that also defined a lot of genres and a lot of, stereotypes. It broke a lot of stereotypes. Fallout 1 also has a turn-based combat system. Fallout 2 has the same combat system. Fallout 3 moved into a more first-person shooter kind of audio. That changed the game for them. It still had the same authenticity of the Fallout series, but it changed it for the better. That's what Diablo 1 and 2 did for the ARPG genre and RPGs in general. Now, for anyone who is living under a rock, maybe a loose boulder with a mana potion behind it, an ARPG stands for action role-playing game, where it's all action, as it clearly states. It's the idea of going through dungeons, killing enemies, finding loot, and getting better loot to kill better enemies. The game in essence basically scales with your difficulty level scales. So for example, if I'm level 50, I'm going to fight enemies that are roughly around level 50 to 55. However, some areas are predetermined, for example boss arenas. So the best example off the top of my head is Nightmare and Dario is around level 49. I believe it's 49 or like maybe 42. I could be wrong. But the same thing goes, it's like you're going to find loot that will drop for a level 49 character. You might find loot from level 1 to 49 in that boundary. You will never overstep or go below, at least in terms of loot you can actually use. You will find gear that you might not be able to unlock yet, but if you increase your strength or your dexterity, or maybe you have to have a certain level, you can find better gear. And with better gear comes these runes. Now runes will be dropped from the counters like this.
I can't carry them.
And what they do basically is you can combine them to make different rune words. So one of the more popular ones for starting off an early character is Stealth, which combines a Tal rune and an F rune together in a socketed base item, which is a whole different thing in itself. I'll explain that in a second. But you put them in the order Tal and then F. Make sure that's important, not F Tal, it's Tal F. Then you get Stealth, and it gives you all these abilities. And the highly sought after ones can go for real money, or they can actually be used as an in-game currency to trade with other players online. So for example, the most sought out after rune word ever, I think, is Enigma, which is a Jar, If and Burr rune, which can only be dropped from, I believe there was 65 or 85 zones, like the runes themselves. Getting a free socket base chest piece is in itself a different task, but I think it really helps benefit the game a lot. And to me, that's what Diablo is. It's basically using the game and its mechanics to your advantage. Now, Diablo 3 and 4 do the same thing, except Diablo 3 and 4 don't have that same euphoric feeling as Diablo 2. Like, the first time I killed Diablo in Diablo 2 normal mode was amazing. I'm like, oh my god, I've done it. Obviously, this was before I noticed there was an expansion where you fight Bale. I thought, okay, I've killed Diablo, I can go on to the next difficulty. But it's like, nope, you got a bigger challenge up ahead, but you now know you have the skill set and the patience, I guess, to take on bosses head on. If you die, you just go back and get your loot, which is, you know, kind of a softcore, hardcore thing that I'm not really a fan of. But you go back and get your loot, and you can kill them again and again and again and farm and then you can take on Bale, and then when you get to a hard difficulty, you have to do the same again. You farm, get better items, you can farm certain zones. Nightmare Bale is especially good for farming at the end of the game to get into hell mode, so you can get some good items and good runes, not runes, good uniques. Preferably the Shaco, which is what I'm trying to go for as we speak. But the game is a lot of fun, and I do recommend picking it up at any day of the week. It's the perfect Diablo game, and the best way to describe Diablo is play Diablo 2. That's literally all it is. You start from nothing, people know of you, but you have to make a name for yourself, and that's what Diablo 2 does. You go in and kill Mephisto, Bale, and Duriel, the Countess, the High Council, and Travinko. You just become the best, biggest, badass demon slayer ever, and I think the best way to do that is to play Diablo 2. Diablo 3 and 4 pretty much hold your hand. Diablo 2, it's none of that. It's just, hey, it's an objective, go here. You gotta, follow the objective, go there. And I think that is what really makes the game special. So, yeah, you heard it from me. Play Diablo 2 right now if you haven't. And I'm gonna leave you with a Merry Christmas to you all. I will be back probably by Boxing Day onwards. I obviously want to spend tomorrow with my family and whatnot. I'm not really going to be on my PC that much, to be honest. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you all if you do celebrate it. If I don't see you before the new year, I wish you all a great 2024. I will probably be back anyway because it'll be my birthday well, soon is my birthday soon, literally in a week. So I might do a little birthday stream, might do some Diablo challenges for my birthday, I don't know yet. But in essence, Diablo 2 is the best Diablo game, and I'm going to go play it for a bit while this video renders. So thank you for watching, as always, take care, and I love you all. See ya.